Yo, what's happening people? My name is Rudra Kush and welcome back to a new video. My good friends at the producer school, they reached out to me regarding their new melodic house and techno pack named Voyage, and they wanted me to check it out. So as I was exploring the pack, I discovered some really amazing sounds and presets which inspired me to challenge myself to create an entire track using only the sounds from that pack. In today's video, I will break down this melodic techno drop that I created exclusively using that Voyage pack. So without wasting any time, let's dive into it. Alright, so first of all, I will play you the track. Alright, so that was the track, and let's check out the elements of this melodic techno drop. So first of all the sounds that you are hearing are coming from the new pack which the producer school have recently launched, and it's called Voyage and it's available on their website. So all the sounds that you are hearing are from that pack, so I will be breaking down each and every single element. So let's start with the low end. So we have this kick sound. So I really like this deep kick. This is the kick 19. So this was a little longer as compared to my taste. So I just, shortened the kick using this one shot mode, and I'm also using this fade a little bit. And other than that, I am just controlling the volume in the mix, and there's nothing else on the kick. So next we have two layers for the bass. So on the bass group, I have just a sidechain, which is, ducking the bass whenever the kick is playing. And there is two layers for the bass. So this is the first layer. So this is the patch that I am using, bass arc. And one thing I really like about this pack is each preset comes with this description, so it's very easy to see how you can use this preset in your production. So this says perfect clean 1/6, it should be I think 1/16th. Yeah, so it should be 1/16th. So yeah, perfect clean 1/16th note rolling bass, and we are using it for rolling bass. And I was, trying to automate this, but this is how it sounds. But I end up, using like a additional layer for that. So this is our second bass. And this is, way more grittier and, punchy. So this one is, staying in the middle, and this one is, wide in the mix. And you can see we have this filter automation at the end of every fourth bar. So there is this automation, which leads into the next section of the song. And in terms of the effects, we have EQ, which is rolling off the low end because we have this layer for that. And we are also, boosting a little bit of the mid range and the high range. And I have this OTT, which is at 15%. And then I have this plugin. This is just to, make it a little bit more wide in the mix. And then utility that is controlling the volume in the mix. And this is how our low end sounds like. Alright, so moving on, we have these drums, and on the drums we have this glue compressor to glue everything together, and just a utility to control the volume of the entire drum bus. So first of all, this channel is empty, so we can delete this one. So this one is this short fill. So this is happening after every 8 bars. So this is how it sounds like. So this is the same clap, and I just reversed it, and this is the name of the clap if you want to see. So as I said, this is happening after every 8 bars to give a feeling of transition in the song. And other than that, we have this snare sound with a little bit of room reverb. And this is the snare number 2. And on these effects, I just have a utility that is controlling the volume. And on the snare, I just have a EQ, which is rolling off the low end. And I'm just adjusting the volume in the mix with this utility. And next we have this snare buildup. So this is the same snare that I'm using. So the reason why I have this in a separate layer is, so I want, this section to be louder. So I just, created a new track, and you can see this one is at -7 and this one is at 0. Okay, yeah, nothing special, and just a same room reverb. Next we have this clap sound. This is more like, like a snare-ish sound, snare and, clap, like mix. So I'm using it as a layer. So this just creates a really nice wide effect, and with the same room reverb. Next we have this shaker. It's a hat loop, not shaker. So I just have an EQ, which is rolling off the low end, and the utility to, mix it in, and the same reverb. And this is the open hat. So I'm just, removing this resonant frequency and just a slight boost in the high end. So this is the loop that I'm using for the hats. And this is the open hat. And next I have this hats FX. So a lot of the groove is coming from these ghost notes. So as you can see, if I mute them, this is just a regular off hat. But if I include these ghost notes, so we still have that, off hat rhythm with this, but it's way more groovier with these ghost notes. Nothing special. So this is the hat that I have used with a low cut and an auto pan. So which is, giving it left and right feel. And I'm just, adjusting the volume with this utility and the same reverb that I'm using so far. So next we have one more hat loop. So nothing on the track, only the utility controlling the gain, and there is no reverb on that. And the reason being, I want all the drums, to be placed, differently, so that we can have like a wider, mix. Up next we have this, texture kind of loop. And as you can see, there is some movement in the loop, which is happening because of this vocoder. So I have lowered the number of bands to 4, and I'm automating this release just for the slight movement. and a utility to control the gain. And lastly, we have this. This is one more open hat. So this is just for some extra energy in the second part of the this part 2. So this whole thing is the drop, and this one is the part 1 of the drop, and this one is part 2 of the drop. And in that part 2 we are adding more energy in the second half of the song. So this is just an open hat and just an EQ and the utility on the track, nothing else. So let me just play you the entire group for the drums, and this is how it sounds like. And with the kick and the bass. Alright, so moving on to the melodic part of the song, we have few layers, and let's start with the first one. So this is a pluck sound that I'm using, and this is the pattern if you are interested in that. So we are in A minor. Very groovy. So technically I don't have much going on. This auto pan I'm not using. So we have just an EQ, a sidechain, and a filter. That's all. So this is the preset that I'm using, and as you can see, once again we have this description of the preset. So we have this insane texture, and this is the name of the preset, Greed. So next we have this reverse sound. So this is the same sound. So I just did this with Command and E to make it a separate, and I just muted this and put a bunch of reverb on that and resampled it and then reversed it. So this is a pretty cool technique to introduce the sounds. So this is how it sounds like. Right, so nothing special. So in the second part of the drop, we have this lead sound. So this is following the chord progression of our song. So this is how it sounds with that pluck. So this is just to fill up the space in the mix, and this is in background of the song. Without, with, as you can see, it's filling up a lot of frequencies. So next we have this. I think I was using it as a layer. Yeah, I'm not using this one. So this is the main lead sound that I'm using. Very, very fat sound. So yeah, I think I forgot to tell you what's on the track in terms of effects. So this one, I think this one I already told you, yeah, EQ, sidechain, and a filter, just to automate and bring it in like this. And then on this effect we have nothing, just a sidechain actually. And on this lead, so we have an EQ rolling off the low end, then a sidechain, and auto pan to make it move left to right, and a utility to just control the gain. So I'm not processing these sounds too much. The presets are great and super high quality. So all you have to do is to just do a little bit of mixing to to blend it into your track, but otherwise the sounds are great. So this is the lead sound. So this is the preset that I am using. So lead masterminds, and you can see the description. So we have just an EQ and just this dip to make it more clear in the mix. And this is, I think I got this from one of their project files. This is just a simple rack. I mean, like a low cut, some white noise, some delay, and some saturation. I mean, like nothing special. This is just handy, to have everything in just, one little rack. So that's why I'm using it. And then we have this sidechain to the kick and auto filter, to bring in the sound and the build up. And then utility to control the gain. That's all. So this is how this lead sounds. Maybe a little bit more delay. Yeah. So next we have this sound. So this is the exact same preset. So the reason why I have this, here is because when I was transitioning from this part to this part, it feels like something is missing, and these two sounds, were not really matching, if it makes sense. So I decided to use this same MIDI and copy it here to continue to have the feel of the lead, but with like a different pattern. So what happens is we feel the energy is still same in the song, but of course we have a different section, but it just gives the same feeling that the same song is actually progressing. So this is the MIDI if you want to see. Very, very simple. And this is the MIDI if you want to see, that is for the lead. Very, very simple. I think there are same effects. Yeah, this is just exact duplicate for this track. So exact same effects. And next we have this groove sound. So this is the preset that I have used. So it says Medusa inspired pluck. So this is a pluck sound. And in terms of the effects, we have pretty much the same thing, an EQ, and again some stereo width, and the same rack that I was using, a low cut, a white noise, some reverb, some drive, and so this high boost, which is just an EQ to give it a little bit more high end. And we have a sidechain at 60% and this utility to control the gain. So nothing special. This is just to give the groove in the track. And if you hear it with the drums, you will see what I mean. So just to give the groove in the track. And lastly, we have this stab sound. So on this track, this is the preset first of all that I have used. So it says me huge modern melodic super saw. So this is a super saw, but I'm using it as a stab, and I am automating this cutoff, which is linked to this first macro here. And this is the filter. So yeah, very simple sound, but very effective. And this is the MIDI. So yeah, nothing special. So that's everything for the melodic part, and rest is just some effects, like uplifters, downlifters, crashes, noise, nothing really crazy. So if you wanna hear them, so this is how this sounds. And I think I have this plugin, which is the gate plugin, and this is from Kilohertz to give that trancy feel. and some sidechain and some EQ to cut, a lot of high end and the low end. So nothing special. And here we have some yeah, so riser with bunch of reverb and delay, and this one is a snare build up sound. This one is a noise, an uplifter, more risers, and some usual stuff, just to make that arrangement a little bit more interesting. Yep, so pretty basic stuff. So yeah, that's everything for the track. This was a very fun challenge, to create an entire track using just one sample pack, and I think that track came out pretty good. So let me know in the comments if you like this track and want me to, make a full version out of it, and I will do that. So other than that, if you want to check out the pack, the link is in the description and you can check out the pack from there. And once again, thank you so much for watching if you made till the end, and once again, I will see you in the next one. Peace. Pew.